Let's bring back glassware. And what better way to do that than to actually dig it up from the ground? The story behind this glassware is that I was in my neighborhood and I went deep into the woods and I found an old spring house. It was collapsed, the roof was gone, and some of the foundation was collapsed in, like I said. But there was so much glassware in there, ceramics and everything else. I'm going to kind of pull open this box and show you what I found. For example, here's an old medicine bottle. And I've been trying to distinguish, this one has a W on it. But there's still so much dirt all over these, inside, outside. The only reason I found these is because the spring actually kind of uncovered them. You can see this looks like an old ketchup bottle. But there are some older things too. Like here, this one. It looks like an old topiary. You know, I'm probably getting this wrong. You put like your incense or something like else. It should have a lid. But I don't know if someone else was keeping their treasures. An old spoon was there. Of course, everyone finds horseshoes everywhere, which this was a pretty big one. There's an axe back here that when I picked up that axe, the actual wood part of it disintegrated, which is surprising. I'm going to get the terminology wrong for this, but this holds back your shutters in old like homes, but I forget what it is called. If you know what the name of it, definitely comment below. I brought us in a little bit better light, but I wanted to show you these bottles are just a little bit more unique looking. On the bottom, I don't want the dirt to fall out. On the bottom, you can read it almost looks like an H10 or 10H. I cannot, it's really hard to distinguish, or oh, 10N, if that helps for you. But there's that one. It almost looks like it was for olives or something else, but I could be wrong. I thought this one was just unique. It's an old lock, but it says Yale on it. So I thought that was cool. But to chop that and then it like just fell and warped itself. It's pretty incredible. This is the one I showed you earlier, but it is just covered in rust. Not sure where it got the rust from. When I pulled it up, it was just extremely dirty and rusty. I'm assuming it had a metal cap on it. It could have been glass too, for all I know. But if you're familiar with any of these, definitely comment. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. Nothing broke, nothing broke. Lesson learned. Glass back then was built well to not shatter. Here's another one. I'm guessing this was a perfume bottle. But it's really pretty, but no markings on it at all. I'm guessing maybe the markings would have been on the cap. But still really pretty. I'll show you another one. This one looks like it's an old medicine bottle. It has an aluminum cap still on it. And this one, it's just a square with an 8. So it looks like 808, but it's inside the square. If you know, definitely comment. This one I know is a type of liquor. It says something right here, brew or brewing. It looks like almost the image is like a fist or a muscle, and then it's lit up all around. But it does say Reading, Pennsylvania, which I thought that was cool. I've been to Reading many times, and it is a fun city. And then they had to mark 12 ounces fluid measure, which I thought was kind of funny. You don't normally see that on glass, or let alone anything now. But it does have damage at the top. You can see where too much weight got to the top of it. This next one, I want to take a guess and say it was either a soda, I'm pretty sure it was a soda bottle, I just from the look of it, I want to even say like it was a Fanta or orange soda or Sprite. It just seems kind of like that. I don't want the dirt falling out. This one has a lot more description in it, but I cannot. Bottled, it's so hard to read. Let me try and look a little deeper and see if I can read that, but I'm going to try and give you some angles, see if you can read it for yourself. If you have to, pause to take a look. But just to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to turn it slowly and try and get the light on it. Nope, that doesn't help there. But I thought I read 1990 on that, or 1980. Let me try and read that a little bit better. My camera keeps going in and out. Let me try and read it better. Okay, so I was able to read it a little better. Bottled under LLC of Los Angeles, California. 6.5 fluid ounces, and then it has a round circle, almost like an eye or a star inside. And then it says 14.5L, I think, and then an eye at the top, and that little center part. But hey, if you know about it, your guess is better than mine. Here's the ketchup bottle I talked about earlier. This looks like ones, when I went to diners, they always had these bottles. And I could never get the ketchup out of them. Did you ever get the ketchup out of those bottles in the diners? I never had any luck. Or you would be, hitting the top of it so many times, and then all of a sudden it gushed and covered all of your food in ketchup, and then you were frustrated. This one just seems more modern, so I'm thinking olives or something else. I've been saying olives a lot. Maybe I'm craving them. Then, of course, we have all these darker glasses. I'm assuming these were all... Oh, that one has a shield on it. Shield with a hat or a... Gosh, it almost looks like a graduation cap. Graduated to the shield? Not sure what that is. But this was just a quick look because I showed you them earlier. This right here, I'm pretty sure, I think it's called a shoe horn. It would assist you in putting your shoes on, or if you're into working with horses, this is actually could be a shedding blade or a, oh my goodness, when you give them baths, it's almost like the pool and shed off the water when you give them baths too. But I could be wrong. This may not be your typical clear glass collection, but if I found it on an old historic property, it was precious to me. Here's a little bonus. I have no idea what this thing is, but I thought it was really cool. It's a ceramic of some sort, really nicely painted, and I love that blue. Again, I have no idea what it is. So if you know what it is, definitely comment. Just mention the blue thing and then its name. I'd like to thank our host, Beth from Carolina Princess, and our co-hosts, Katie from Vintage and Vinyl, and Dolores from Miss DAM Jewelry. This was a great opportunity for me to show off some treasures that I found when I was younger.